Be careful what you wish for because you may very well get it. If it were me doing the wishing, I would wish for $1 billion. But for Malaysia's woke crowd, the wish is different. For them, it is wish for terrorists to overrun my country. As part of the ceasefire arrangement between Gaza, Egypt, Qatar, and Israel, Malaysia has the dubious privilege of being one of the countries out there to receive 15 hardened criminals from Palestine as part of the Gaza ceasefire deal. In Malaysia, of course, we ask for the best of the best.
The universe answered our woke friends' wishes.
We are only getting the ones convicted of the most serious crimes, and that can't go back to Israel and the West Bank because the Israeli government will not have them. Our woke crowd is going out there saying, Malaysia, country of social justice, generous country, incredible place. Never mind the fact that we already tried that, we already got burned, and Malaysians were already complaining about how, oops, these people are horrible, they're not grateful. Oh, I'm hungry, let's go order McDonald's. Wow! Heroes! So amazing! Well played, Malaysian government. But this raises an important question. I thought it was supposed to be about solidarity. If it really is about solidarity and protecting the Palestinians, why is Egypt even sending them here? Why doesn't Egypt just keep them? Why do you need to fly them over to Malaysia? After all, shouldn't heroes be treated like heroes? Come on, you support their quest for Palestinian statehood, and if you displace them from Egypt and bring them even further away, they're gonna be further away from Gaza and they will never be normalized back into society. You have all the heroes with you right now, take them all in. They're all so wonderful.
So why won't Egypt take them all in?
Well, I think the answer is obvious. But in case we're still in woke territory, having them is not a privilege. These people are literal hardened criminals who were convicted, let me remind you, of the worst crimes. They are people who literally made their living by killing people, destroying other people's lives and property, that the woke have christened as heroes just because it suits their agenda. You can say that they're fighting for justice, they were having such a hard battle, we need to fix them, save them, rehabilitate them along the way. But first of all, it's gonna be rather hard to rehabilitate people who have literally known nothing except being criminals for their entire lives. And second of all, if you're gonna expect them to come into Malaysia or to anywhere else and then just suddenly change, you have something else coming right here. Because as we can see from what Malaysia has done with the Rohingyas and with some of the other refugee communities in Malaysia, Malaysia basically has no plan. No plan to actually resettle them, no plan to give them education, no plan to actually make it so that they can get education right there. Which means if you actually bring them into Malaysia, even if they wanted to resettle, create a new life, there is no mechanism for them to actually create a good life in the first place. You are basically dooming them to a horrible existence, wallowing on the streets, begging. They will eventually become criminals and eventually destroying your house and home. This is not a fresh start. This is the beginning of a new age of terror for Malaysians. Well played, Egypt. Congratulations on making us take the trash that you did not want. The question that I constantly have on my mind is, why is Malaysia only bringing in trash? It would be understandable if we were bringing in people like Motaz Azaiza or Edward Said, so you could have photojournalism, art, music, creativity and literature coming out from Malaysia. But no, literally just bringing in trash that you have no plan to manage. Good job! But maybe the worst part of this though, is that you're hearing about this not from the government of Malaysia. Up until now, the Malaysian government has yet to make a single statement about anything that's been going on here. And we wouldn't have known if not for people like Siti Kasim,
or for the National Herald or even World of Buzz in the first place.
I seem to remember a time when something like this happened. Oh right, that was when the Taliban came over to Malaysia and nobody would have known about it if not for Lim Guan Eng actually talking about it on social media. Just think about it right now. You have this whole government intervention affair that doesn't serve Malaysians, is bringing in low-quality talent into this country while at the same time facilitating brain drain because you're not paying people enough, creating a horrible environment for them and literally importing terrorists into the country. And how is the country going to look if you keep on doing this over time? Well, you're going to end up with a trash country. That's just what it is. Who is going to want to live in a country like that?
Oh yeah, before anyone comes out with their sickening Jati Diri, just know that more Malays have migrated out than non-Malays since independence. Hope that helps.
I've always found it fascinating how short-sighted the Malaysian government is, constantly yapping about social justice but almost never thinking about common sense and how to actually deal with the challenges of the 21st century. And let me tell you, A huge part of that for any government going ahead is dealing with the religious wokes, the people who want to yap about bringing in Palestinians but will never pay or never help to deal with them, who have never seen or encountered a single Palestinian, even as they carry on yapping cinta dunia sangat. Malaysians need to face the harsh reality that their ideals do not match with reality. I don't know how many of y'all have been watching these agamaku ceramas where you talk about the Palestinians as a chosen people, chosen to suffer, chosen to experience all of the torture that the world could possibly give out there because it is all to fulfill some sort of grand plan. And they feel like any time you question anything related to Gaza, then you are a horrible human being and you deserve to be hated, ostracized against, and forced to ikut. I genuinely wonder how many of these people have actually ever thought of Malaysia as being their first place of loyalty, the land to which they should pledge their allegiance, and how much it is that they are just absorbed with this chauvinism or brainwashing to the point that they are literally just behaving like robots. And you know what? I don't think that all these people have bad intentions. I'm sure that some of them very genuinely want to help. Automatic salary deduction, even though the money never actually goes anywhere, will keep on throwing out money to Aman Palestine over and over again. They never account for it and it never actually gets to Gaza even as they go about preaching solidarity. Seriously, if you guys actually care about the Palestinians, then I'm not seeing how this attitude of not questioning anything that the government does is going to be helpful in any way. Not only should you be asking about why our country is not bringing in the most talented Palestinians out there, you're also not asking the questions about how the government is going to resettle all these people so that it won't end up becoming like the Wanita Palestine, except with people who are infinitely more aggressive, infinitely more ready and well versed with crime, who will take over your society as they make the masters into the servants. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. This quote is often misattributed to Albert Einstein, in the same way that people misattribute heroism, saving the world, and immaculate justice to every single Palestinian that they see. And in fact, when they see evidence that showcases that in fact the Palestinians are not as beautiful or as wonderful as they've been led to believe, they distrust it.
And unless you're a deluder, if you're a Malaysian, whatever your race or religion,
you should be very, very angry at the fact that Palestinian trash is coming into our shores right now. And if you agree, then go out, call your YB, write petitions, comments on social media, whether English, Chinese or Malay, and make your voice heard. Because this problem is not going to go away if you just write an angry comment on YouTube. You need to go out and you need to take action. Let's keep Malaysia a safe country and protect our homes, our family, and everybody whom we love. And if you somehow want to be woke and you love the Palestinians
and you disagree with everything I said here today,
don't be calling them to come into our country. Go to Gaza and join them so you can become a part of their eternal statehood together. Alright, that's it. Ciao and bye.